Jordan Spieth, it appears, certainly didn't have peace of mind on hole number one, which was his 10th hole yesterday, and he got all fired up over a badly manicured bunker. This is the quote there we're showing our viewers. It was a bunker that was raked to where it just kind of looked like somebody didn't really care much to do it or were rushing off the green. And then he would say that I overreacted probably a bit, but you just don't see that very often. And I know my guy, Michael Greller, his caddy, rakes and makes sure that it's exactly the way it was when he went in there. So if you hit it in the bunker, everybody gets the same kind of thing. What do you make of that reaction and taking the photo of it and sharing it with the PGA Tour officials?
Well, I think initially it was a little off-putting because it kind of sounds like one of the best players in the world is just complaining over getting stuck with a bad lie, and that's something that I'm sure a lot of people tend to get. But it would come out later that Phil Mickelson, of all people, told him that he should take a photo of it and share it. So Jordan seemed to be kind of acting under the guidance of one of the best golfers of all time, one of the most seasoned players on the tour. So I don't feel that bad about the reaction now, and especially afterwards when he felt like he said, maybe I might have overreacted a little bit. So I don't feel that bad about it, especially because Phil was kind of backing him up.
All right. And then, I guess you launched the investigation into this matter here to try to find out who might have been the culprit in the case of the unkempt bunker. And it was interesting. Give us an explanation here how you went about it. And I guess you've narrowed it down to a few groups?
Yeah, it was really fun and not as much work as some people think. The PGA Tour uses ShotLink and Shot Tracker. It's a laser system that helps keep track of how far players are away from the hole and how far they hit certain shots. And so I went on there and basically tracked every player, because this is a Thursday round, every player that played prior to Spieth on that hole. And there was about 20 groups maybe. And of those 20 groups, only 4 players had been in that bunker short and left of the hole. So those are the only 4 players that it could have been. If you look at those 4 players, really only 2 of them, Cody Gribble and Zach Blair, were kind of in the vicinity from where Spieth hit his shot. And it's oddly enough that Cody Gribble was one of Jordan Spieth's best friends, and I believe his roommate during Spieth's 1 year at the University of Texas. So of all people, it could have been Cody Gribble, one of Jordan's best friends. Not necessarily Cody, but his caddy. That's what I've kind of narrowed it down to. I think it's either between him or Zach Blair and his caddy.
Well, just how big of an offense is this on the PGA Tour?
Well, it's serious enough that Spieth and Phil both felt they should take a photo. It's one of those things that if you go into a bunker and you splash out and your caddy's going to take care of it, the player doesn't really think of what's going on until they're in a spot where they're in a bad lie because of another player's caddy not raking it perfectly. So is it a huge indictment on somebody? Not necessarily so, because we don't even know who it would be. It's a big deal with Spieth, and in the moment, I guess it was very big because the lie that he hit from was significant enough, according to him, that he ended up hitting a shot that was 85 feet when he was only about 40 feet away from the hole. So he hit it way beyond. He was probably further away after his sand shot than he was while in the sand. And that ended up leading to a double bogey for him. So it's pretty serious in only the most minute, single round, single hole sense, but enough to send off Spieth and Mickelson's kind of alarm system.